Martha Stewart admits she has mixed feelings about the Me Too movement. In an interview with Harper's Bazaar, Martha says while many of the famous men who have been accused of sexual misconduct are guilty, she says others who she knows well were wrongly accused because of their, quote, awful personalities. Martha did not name names, but she has worked with people like former Today Show co-host Matt Lauer, who was fired in 2017 after being accused of sexual misconduct, and also disgraced chef Mario Batali, who is facing criminal charges of sexual misconduct. He made a number of appearances, if you remember, on her old show, Martha, between 2005 and 2008. So what do we think of, Jeff, of her summation of the Me Too movement and how some people maybe just have awful personalities?
I don't understand why. You know, on this show, sometimes I challenge the opposite side just to make good conversation, and it doesn't turn out well for me. Martha, I think, has a lot going for her, and to challenge that movement, particularly for people who she says doesn't have even great personalities, why are you sticking up for these men? I don't think it's the right time. I appreciate challenging anything, not this movement, but I don't think it's the right time, and I just ask why.
Erica, go ahead.
I was going to ask Erica, what does she think?
Well, I think I'm pontificating or speculating as to why Martha Stewart would say something like this, because she was the poster child for insider trading when everyone was insider trading, and she really had to take the consequences for that.
That's interesting.
And that narrative was really blown out in the media. And so I think she just has a very different perspective of what happens when your narrative is told by the media.
I also think, too, Erica and Al, is the fact that she said in the article, listen, these men had awful personalities, but they never, treated me a certain way. Just because a specific person, though, doesn't treat a specific individual like Martha Stewart a certain way or weren't inappropriate with her doesn't mean that they weren't inappropriate with other people. And I wish she would have prefaced her statement by specifically saying my experience.
Well, yeah, and
she
Sam,
didn't.
That's the flaw in the argument, because a lot of men will say that, like, well, he never did anything around me. Of course, but I do think we can extract from this flawed argument that she's making a larger conversation, and it has to do with whether we're talking about, the death penalty, where there's some people that have clearly done it and deserve to be punished, and some people that are innocent. It's the same with anything. When you have a big net, you're going to get a lot of people, and you're going to get some people in there that shouldn't be in there, and you're going to miss some people that are going to be in there. And it's hard. It's a hard fact of life, but we have to accept that, and it's terrible. It's just hard to accept.
Great analogy. Coming up on DBO, you know her from the hit sitcoms.